We're joined now by Alison Haukaas Richards. You're already a Hall of Famer, but today you get to accept the award for a special person, your coach, Art Phinney, who is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. What does it mean for him to get this honor, reflecting back on all the great things that he did for you and your team back in your collegiate days? And today is his day to be recognized. What does it mean to just accept this award on his behalf?
So it's a big honor for me, at least, to be up here and to kind of represent that original team from when he was coaching for us. He was one of those fantastic coaches that I wish that I could remember as much now. Like, could you be my coach now? So I would be able to have more of an imprint from the coaching perspective versus the playing perspective. But just the things that he could see on the field, the changes that he made. I know Brando, like spoiler alert here, but when she goes in through, Kathy was a pitcher and a right-handed hitter when she came to Western, and a very good right-handed hitter, and being able to recognize skills in people that no one else recognized, that, to move her behind the plate, and that huge change for her, to move her from the right side to the left side, and same thing with Brando, right side to the left side, and to be able to have the skills and development in a player. I always think I wasn't anything really special. I wasn't, recruited when I came in here, but to be able to take kind of that raw material, shall we say, and then develop into the pitcher and continue to be able to give that coaching mentality as well for all of us, I think is kind of one of those legacies that allows him to stay with all of us forever.
I think I heard you mention earlier that he had so many great ideas and so many great instruction, and there was no YouTube and there was no Google, and there was no manual on all this. And now that you look at that, there's so much available now to coaches and to mentors and to parents. He did all this kind of on his own.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out as a coach, I'm like, how did you do this? How did you know? Because I'm, podcasts and YouTube videos and how to do this and how to see these different things, and that wasn't a tool that he was able to use. And so that, my only assumption is that it had to be inherent. And so he just was able to have such a good eye and knowledge and understanding that he could see those things without having to go and search for those external resources. Knowing that he still used some here at campus, right? Dr. Vernacchia. I remember using like the track coaches and the running coaches and conditioning coaches and any asset that he could find to kind of better his game and skill set, he did. But yeah, it's an interesting concept to think of it. It was before the availability of search engines and things that we have now.
1998, there's a banner in Carver Gym, and there's a banner down by the picture of Art, national champions. It was the first one as a team for this school. You were part of that. He was your coach. Just walk us through how that all came about and the lightning in the bottle that you guys, and beating a rival in the national championship game, and the message that he kind of sent to you guys throughout that year and that run that you guys made.
That one's kind of a harder one. Specifics on those ones are like a little bit of a blur for me. I think just the practices. I was talking to Ed earlier today, and just, having some random new drill that you brought to practices and situational, and, I'm sure it wasn't as extreme as it is in memory, but, multiple days of one fundamental scenario and making sure that you had mental sides of the game and physical side of the game so that you had the confidence to come into those high pressure situations and execute, and not have that hesitancy or fear of making a mistake, because it was so ingrained in you that you knew that you were going to make those plays and you could be aggressive and get those outs that you needed. And then just kind of riding through. I know as soon as we got through Oklahoma, then you're just like, Simon Fraser, okay, this is fine. Like, now it's a comfort level. Still a very difficult team that you go head-to-head to throughout the season, but, didn't have quite that fear, I guess, associated with it, so you could let that confidence come out much stronger than the nervousness of the unknown team.
Softball now at Western is led by Cheryl Gilmore. One thing that she likes to do is she labels a team like Team 30, but it's also kind of paying homage to the historical aspect of the program, which I think is pretty cool, because she likes people to know what came before you, and she tells her teams that, and she labels it Team 30 or Team 31 because of all those that came before. And it's a relatively new program on campus, and you were in the very early stage of it. how proud of you how far the program has come and the success that they've had, but also just the student athletes that have come through Viking Field.
Yeah, it was funny because I was looking at that when I was good. We were team 3 and 4.
Yeah.
That's where we started. Go team 4. So yeah, and it's fun, just watching the status as they've gone through every year, and the same importance on the academic all-star awards. Like Western, I mean, it was amazing to see this year's postings and see how many roster players are on that academic all-star roster, which I think is both in their success on the field and in playoffs and being able to get through to those high competition and those postseason plays. But yet on the flip side, also having so many in that academic area as well, and have that really good, strong balance between strong competitive softball and academic success that will lead you back to whatever you're doing next beyond school is pretty impressive.
Very impressive. That gives the definition student athlete.
Yes.
So, well, thank you for being here today. Thank you for accepting this award on behalf of all of your teammates and the players that played under Art. And enjoy today, and thank you again for being here to represent him.
Thank you.